The film begins with a Halloween party. Eric is seen trying to impress his friend, Julie. At the same time, a boy with an expensive car arrives at the party and attracts everyone's attention. Eric becomes sad and leaves the party. On the way through the forest, he notices a wooden box. From inside it, a jester comes out. The jester tries to remove the mask on his face. The mask seems attached to his skin like a part of his face. Whenever he pulls the mask, the skin underneath tears and becomes wounded. The jester then follows Eric back to the party and starts performing tricks on him. He covers Eric with a cloth and makes him disappear. Everyone claps, but nobody knows where Eric goes. Meanwhile, Julie is blindfolded and tries to hit a piñata. People suddenly tell her to stop, but she is too excited and keeps hitting. Finally, Eric dies. The jester has replaced the piñata with Eric, and now Eric is dead. Panic spreads all over the party. Everyone screams and runs away. The jester does not care and leaves the party smiling. Then the film introduces Max. She has no friends, so she prepares for Halloween at home. Max is a skilled magician and wants to perform tricks with her sister in their neighborhood to get candies. Her mother tells her that she is too old for this and should go make friends and enjoy Halloween. Max stays alone, so she takes her bicycle and goes outside. Meanwhile, the jester captures another man. He handcuffs him and performs a magic trick. The jester pulls long cloth pieces from the man's mouth. In the end, a sharp card gets stuck inside and cuts through his mouth and airway, causing the man's death. The jester burns the card afterward. Max goes to a restaurant, but people there make fun of her costume. She sits quietly until the jester sits in front of her and behaves very friendly. He starts to show her a magic trick. Before he completes it, Max excitedly explains how the trick works and even performs it on him. The jester becomes embarrassed and angry, so he leaves. Max also feels sad and goes outside, where she sees a boy has punctured her bicycle tire as part of a challenge with friends. She gets upset and throws her hat into the garbage. Meanwhile, 3 friends try to prank the jester while he is sleeping on a bench. The jester wakes up and performs a card trick for them, but this time something goes wrong. He cannot guess correctly. The group laughs and prepares to leave. Suddenly, the jester attacks. He kills the 2 boys violently. The girl runs away to save her life. The jester tries to burn his card again, like before, but the card does not burn. It seems this killing does not fulfill his purpose. In the next scene, Max visits an older friend named Billy, who once taught her magic. Max tells Billy that she does not understand why she is like this. Max says that she does not treat anyone badly. She works hard, yet people do not like her. They even behave badly with her, and her tricks do not work. Billy explains that the tricks do not work because she does not perform them with full confidence. The real magic is not in what Billy has taught. The real magic is inside oneself, in how confidently one believes in oneself and fools others. Billy shows her a magic wand and says that in another child's hand, it is only a piece of wood. However, in Max's hand, it becomes real magic. While Billy explains this, Max playfully performs a trick on Billy, and Billy laughs. Because of Billy's words, Max's confidence returns. She leaves to go home. Outside, Max meets the jester. The jester notices she is not wearing her magician hat and becomes sad. He places his own cap on her head. He asks why she is upset. Max tells him everything. After that, the jester goes to the restaurant and performs a magic trick on the boy who punctured Max's bicycle tire. He makes the boy's pants fall down through his trick. Everyone laughs at the boy, and he becomes confused. Then the jester comes back to Max and asks if they can go trick or treating together. They go to a woman's house first. The jester encourages Max to perform a trick. Max performs the trick and successfully fools the woman. The woman becomes happy, and before she can respond, the jester performs his own trick. He taps his magic wand on the woman's face, causing a new skin-like layer to form over her face. She cannot breathe. She struggles and dies while Max watches in shock. Terrified, Max runs away. Behind her, the jester lights his candle and burns one of his cards. This time the card burns completely, and he becomes very happy. Panic-stricken, Max rides her bicycle fast to go home. Suddenly, the jester appears in front of her and grabs the bicycle. Max leaves the bicycle and runs to a man nearby to ask for help. At that moment, Jester knocks the man's daughter down. The man instinctively goes to pick up his daughter, and Jester returns to Max. Max struggles to breathe from fear and reaches for her inhaler, but Jester seizes the inhaler. Max runs to save her life and becomes exhausted. To hide briefly, Max hides inside a bin. Jester frantically searches like a madman and soon hears rapid breathing from the bin. He recognizes Max by the sound. Jester drags Max by her legs back to the place where the movie began, the party with Eric. Max sees Eric hanging from a noose and becomes even more terrified. She tries to run but cannot. Max asks Jester what is happening, but Jester does not answer. Max realizes that Jester is not a human. She grabs an Ouija board nearby and tries to communicate. Through the Ouija board, Jester answers that he does not want to kill Max, he needs her. Jester uses his power to summon Eric's dead body and speaks to Max through Eric. Jester tells Max that people do not love him, just as people do not love Max. One day, Death comes to Jester's door and Jester performs a trick that prevents Death from taking a soul. Death makes an agreement. Death will not take Jester's soul, but Jester must do Death's work. Jester must fool 4 people with his tricks on every Halloween and deliver their souls to Death before his candle extinguishes. Jester says he has done this work for many years, sacrificing souls to Death by fooling people with tricks. Now Max defeats Jester once, and his tricks stop working. Jester needs Max to show tricks so he can kill the victims and complete his task. Max refuses at first. Jester already kills 3 people and needs a 4th. He tells Max that if she refuses and his task remains incomplete, he will burn and die, and that debt, his curse, will fall on her because she tricked him. Max has no choice and agrees to follow Jester's demand. Before leaving, she secretly takes Eric's phone from his pocket. Max must now choose one person to perform a trick on. She chooses the boy who punctured her tire. He sits sadly. The boy apologizes and admits he should not have punctured the bicycle to impress girls. He explains that someone once tricked him and made fun of him. Hearing this, Max changes her mind about performing the trick. The boy takes the card from her hand and completes the trick himself. As the trick finishes, Jester appears to kill him. Max no longer wants the boy dead because he has apologized. She shouts at Jester not to kill him, but before she can stop him, the boy goes toward Jester to take revenge for his humiliation. Jester ignores his words and decides to punish him with the coat the boy is holding. Jester strangles him inside the coat and then puts his hand inside the boy's mouth, killing him brutally. Max pretends to feel sick and runs away. She actually wants to call 911. Behind her, Jester puts on the coat and follows her. After a short distance, the police arrive. The police ask which one of them has a phone. Jester stays silent, and Max shows the phone she had hidden. Jester realizes Max has tricked him and called the police. Before he can attack her, the police arrest him. However, Jester opens his handcuffs using magic and locks the handcuffs on a police officer, cutting the officer's hands. The officer dies in pain. The second police officer shoots Jester, but he does not die because he has a deal with Death. Jester then kills the second officer while Max escapes. Max finds a man and begs for help. The man agrees and tells her to get in his car. They drive away. After some time, Max realizes the man has bad intentions and wants to take advantage of her. Before anything worse happens, Jester appears, pulls the man out of the car, and kills him mercilessly. Blood splashes on the car window, frightening Max. Jester pulls Max out as well. Max falls and suffers an asthma attack. Jester notices her inhaler is broken. He lifts her and runs toward a fire station for help. The firefighters treat her and give her first aid. Once Max's breathing stabilizes, Jester kills all the firefighters behind her. Max becomes terrified and hides under a truck. Jester finds her again and shows her his candle, reminding her that their mission is not complete. Max refuses to continue. She tricks Jester and runs back home. At home, her mother scolds her for being late. Max remains quiet and hugs her mother tightly, as if she has returned after a long time. Then she goes to her sister's room and looks at her with love. Suddenly, Jester appears in the room. Max screams for her mother, but Jester has already killed her. Jester drags her mother's corpse into the room in a disturbing way and speaks through it. He threatens to kill Max's sister if Max does not complete the task. To protect her sister, Max agrees to follow him. Jester explains that only one victim remains. Max chooses the waiter from the restaurant who first mocked her. Max and Jester approach him when he is returning home from work. They stop him and begin to perform a trick. But Max has a different plan. She performs the trick, but actually tricks Jester himself. At the end of the trick, Max reveals the card from Jester's pocket and says the final soul this year will be Jester's. Jester becomes extremely angry. To take revenge, he forms a skin layer over the waiter's face, suffocating him. But now Jester begins to burn. He is dying. Even while dying, he stabs Max in the leg with a knife. Max endures the pain, pulls the knife out, and crawls to the waiter to cut the skin layer off his face so he can breathe. Meanwhile, the dying Jester grabs Max again and tries to choke her. Max picks up Jester's own magic wand and stabs it into his eye. Jester burns completely and disappears. Everything ends, but Jester's hat does not burn. Later, the police arrive and seal the area. Hearing the news, Billy comes to meet her. Max hugs him and keeps whispering, "A trick is done. A trick is done. Now 4 tricks and 4 souls every year." She means that the debt of Jester is now her debt. Now every Halloween, she must deliver 4 souls to Death. The movie ends on this note.